here there is trees, so it won't pass through that much.
Di ba natin gawas ang electric fan pa siya? Gusto ka?
Ay, Roy. Kira man ako. Nga tao raman dili.
Good morning. Good morning.
After once ago, we have finding the user and Zoom.
Good morning, Daniel.
How about this, Brian?
Yeah, a couple of them you have to wait.
Wow.
There we go.
Ala, the last time I forgot, I did not know that you want a phone stand. Last time ba when we were in Ayala?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Robert Tatong. No, I'm going towards senior citizen. Congratulations on your education, Junabel. Hi, Robert Tatong. Good morning.
I guess I should have spoke up maybe. I should have spoke up and said, what about the stand? But I didn't want to interrupt with your schedule, what you were doing.
No, we're already in Ayala.
Yeah.
When we eat ice cream.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You want a phone stand?
Yeah, we were talking about it, right?
No, we did not talk yet about the phone stand.
Yeah. Yeah. A few days ago, and you said
Yeah.
you knew of one that was actually a better model than what you were using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone to Ayala yet.
Yeah. That's in Cebu City.
I was thinking ba when
Yeah.
you first landed in Cebu, when you were staying in Ayala,
Yes.
you could have just tell me that you will also do live streaming so I can buy you a phone stand.
Yeah.
But I did not know that time.
Yeah.
I love ice cream, yeah. The resort that we're in, guys.
Hi,
have
folks.
Ice cream. Bye now.
Oh.
Eating more expired biscuits.
Yes.
Allah, you can only find that in the Philippines. I think it's because very few people check in here.
Mhm.
They never check their stuff.
Thank you, Kitty. Liking and subscribing. We're just sitting waiting for our breakfast amidst volcanic ash falling.
Did you get excited with your luggage, Brian? Me, I get excited. To orange my,
It's all packed. They even got the flowers in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. But I thought maybe I wouldn't need the knapsack. I was going to flatten the knapsack and just put it in there, but I still need the knapsack.
Yeah.
So what
Maybe
I did
you
is
can put your laptop in the knapsack.
I put my laundry. I put my laundry in the knapsack. Yeah, yeah, and my shoes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yep. So she's all set to go.
Hindi talaga tayo paldo, wala tayong pera dito.
Third light. Thank you.
Kasi, hindi paldo eh.
We're here at a resort in Toledo, Cebu.
Next, you're being blocked, so you created a new account today, color blue profile.
Grahe
Really?
kaabog. Alam kanang kuan man kanang abog.
He outlasted his welcome.
Kuan sa kanang ngaon ni kadung. So we're just gonna do like this. Hello. What game are you ladies gonna beat on Brian today? No game on today, Leonardo. But we are here outside
Hey,
our
cutting,
room.
you know,
So we are
Filipinos
not
to
in the
get the dark women over
area
there.
where we eat last
Man,
time.
Hannah, dog, sisters, America. Now you're going to the Philippines.
Wala man may mga sa mga ano sa din.
Brian. Oh, hey, Dane. How you doing? As soon as it's Brian loves me, I know it's Dane. I'm here with Junabel and Trisha, and we're just waiting for breakfast. We've gone over and we're sitting at the tables in front of our little houses here. Hi, Paul. Yes. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier.
Daghan jud na nga kuan pakit sa Toledo.
I have to figure out whether I want to, what I want to do about that. She said,
Wala nag-post.
I'm gonna change positions here, I think. Here. That's
We go to
better.
the mountain.
That's
Hindi
better.
ko may go.
Hindi lang mo sugakod mo.
There.
Kasi nga ang kwan ba, ang sapa-sapa naman daw ito sila sapa-sapa nga.
Here with.
Hindi ko sure. Picture. Pero ang kwan ba, ang dalan
Here
ba,
with
kaya wala ko sa
Junabel and Trisha.
dalan. Basing slide. Who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
So we're just waiting for our breakfast, guys. It's windy here today and overcast. But apparently there was a volcano nearby that erupted. And they're concerned about volcanic ash. And their shirt, whose shirt wardrobe consultant? We just tuned in because we are getting ice cream. I got this shirt at one of the malls in Toledo here. I got a couple of them. They're very nice. They breathe and they wick, you know. So got a couple of shirts, a couple of shorts. Then last night we went to 2 thrift stores and I got a pair of shorts there too.
Like Junabel,
And we also went to a big department store and Junabel and I both got luggage. So a hard pack, sort of soft shell hard pack luggage. So I have a bigger piece of luggage now that I can carry most of my stuff in, plus the flowers that she gave me. Because the flowers are artificial man-made, so I have to take them home with me. So, and it's big. It's a piece of luggage that has the pull handle and the wheels, so I'm good to go as far as traveling through the terminals.
Yes, and I heard her husband. That's not her husband, that is her moderator.
Yep.
Diba nagwano ng mga awabon?
Bunch of new followers on Facebook today, and one of them has sent me pictures. They're supposedly sick in bed and they want money for medicine because their daughter's in school and they don't have a husband. I get that all the time now.
I only help Brian, like those kind of people like tries, 2 or tries.
Yeah.
4 times. I think they're abusing a food.
Yeah. And there was someone
So
that
if you help them once, they will ask for something.
Well, I sponsored a Thanksgiving at a church in Mindanao last fall after they'd had trouble with storms and stuff. And by the time the process was through, I sent them 8 PayPals for, to cover the tents and to cover these uniform shirts and to cover the meal. I didn't pay for the lechon, but there was like all sorts of stuff. It went on and on and on. And I had to finally say, you know, it only goes so far, really. You know. So I told them I sort of focused more on your family for what I can do, you know. And you hope they understand. It lets up for a few days, and then they start again, almost as if you'd never talked to them before. You know? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, Graham. Hello, started. Hello. Hi, Ryan.
But they,
Guys, kung dili madayon sa mountain city,
Hey, buddy.
dami pa dun.
how's the golf game these days? I'm not playing golf. I'm not playing golf.
Mountain city.
This might look like a golf shirt to some of you, but I just wanted to wear something kind of bright today. I've been wearing t-shirts to some degree, but I've got a few of these shirts that are from here, and they breathe and wick, you know, so they're good for wearing. So,
Hello.
yeah.
How is everyone? We're good.
Yeah, yo, nothing but devils. I'm not sure what that means,
Hello,
but
Trisha, Junabel. And tell my friend Ryan that Robert
greetings
said
to you.
hi.
and I hope you find peace in your life.
Hi, Brian said, Robert said hi.
Hi, Robert. How you doing? Thanks for following. Yeah.
Wow. So, nag-talk na lang ka guys. Lokal na lang ka.
Ayan, next time you can stay in 38 Park Avenue.
Yeah.
It's RFO. It's ready for occupancy.
Yeah.
Are you looking for one bedroom or a studio? One bedroom is fine.
It would be
Studio-
nice if it's ongoing residency. Yeah, I think one bedroom.
One bedroom.
Yeah.
Studio is very small, Brian. 22 square SQM or 24.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought about the wave towers too. No, ideally the wave towers, if you had a 2-bedroom, you would always have a bedroom for guests, visitors, you know.
I think.
But I think the affordability was probably better for the 1-bedroom.
I think no, in the wave tower, no available 2-bedroom already. I guess
Yeah.
or there is.
Yeah.
I
Ah,
haven't
puno
checked.
na? Kanang
Oh, kabatay ka. Ay, wala ka.
Yo, blue line, it's off the color, man. But yeah, yeah. So for a visa, yeah. Listen, Paul. Some of that stuff you need to just put in a DM. You can't put on a public live stream. You know.
So, kuan ang Luka sa taas atong sa may bagilid.
Sa kilid.
I think I've seen you before. Was your
Basta kita na nga building.
career in family law? No, no, it wasn't.
Ano man
No.
dahil sa na kanang presa na sa
Look at
kanang the way.
Kuwan, parehang sa developer.
Terrence-
pero wala siya ba ka ng manaba, barang
Terrence
ba, may
Gooch,
laki
something, something. I take the vet. I like the shirt. I just don't like you. I don't know why you don't like me, Terrence. I've never done anything to you, and I'm just honestly a nice guy. You know, I try to be friendly to everybody,
na.
really.
Good morning, Junabel. Good morning, Ted. Good morning.
But I
naman,
know there's some
Ted.
people that
Sis,
seem to have anger in their life, and they seem to want to cast their bad life onto other people and make their life miserable. But I'm sorry if you feel that way. I mean, if you don't like me, just cruise on, go on to another live stream. It's as simple as that, you know. Some guy just told me point blank he liked my shirt, but he doesn't like me.
What shirt do you wear? The lot of pocket?
No, just a shirt, the colors. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And then, I will be staying here like 2 weeks here in Palato.
Okay, I can't reveal too much to the
Just
whole
later
world.
then.
Otherwise, my plan will follow. Like, Wall Street is going to go out of Christmas. Stock as I predicted 4 months ago dropped all of the same.
Hi, Lynn Life. Hi. Hi there, Lasky. We're at a resort here in Toledo, and we're just waiting for our breakfast. But they had us move over here where the trees are. Uh,
Do you have a problem with my shirt?
the best
Oh,
dates
Lord, you know
for
that
air
things like
travel.
this shirt, this
Yeah.
family, unraveling not
Ramolo, good morning.
I will tell to Mariana, you don't like the shirt, huh? I bought this on Marian Shapra ba? Ano yun na,
Yeah.
you're so hard. I will message Mariana, you don't like the ano, the pose.
Wherever you go, that's where I belong.
Does the woman know that we've moved over here?
Yeah.
Does the woman know we moved over here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I told her.
Oh, good.
Paano sa day, 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Tapos pag-last.
30 minutes akong andam na yun. Sakto na tayo. 12 po.
Nobody's proud.
Do you have any relationships with local women? Are you with Filipino ladies? No, I don't. I don't. I'm widowed and I'm just fine. I'm happy.
I bought
I
this
just have a lot of friends, that's all.
To me, Junabel,
Correct.
like bought clothes the very end of that day.
Yeah, the same design.
And then this kind were the same Design on Junabel.
Yeah. Hello, handsome blue eyes. We have a blue eyes guest as well here, guys.
The blue eyes. The blue ocean eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Does everyone buy clothes from Antos? I saw
No,
like
I
the
forgot to
Hadisei
order.
before.
Whoa!
Oh,
Ang gawad pag na? Pinamitin mo?
tawagan na like ka ba?
No. That was a
Does
gust
everyone
of
buy
wind.
clothes from Antos? I saw like the Hadisei leopard dress. And the blouse.
You seem like a kind and
Yeah.
caring gentleman. Thank you, sir. Brian is
So
in
we
love
bought-
with
we
me.
bought
You
that
just
on
don't
Marianne.
read his emails. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Yes, I am. You know,
Local you.
and
And then you said it's
polite
not good. You
and a
don't
gent.
Imuha daw, lili katanga sa imuha there, dito there.
Do you live there full time? No, I don't. No,
Pwede na tabatsit ta mga laon na.
no, but
Basta alas 12 mo gawas
you
dire.
never know what the future may hold. There is thoughts and discussions about it.
Why she
Ten
like
Rag.
that? She has. Why she like that? That she has something.
Don't you hate that the mic cuts out all the time?
Kahapon na,
I'm not aware that the mic's cutting out all the time, so there's nothing to hate. Yeah. Is it cutting out, Dane? I don't have the phone on the stand. I have it leaning up against a couple of teacups on the table. So the bottom of the phone is actually against the tabletop, so maybe it's muting it a bit. 3 times already, eh? Oh, I know why it's cut out. It's cut out because 3 times somebody has called me on this phone, and I've had to click to cancel the call. That's why it cut out. Yeah, yeah,
Nobody
yeah. That's why,
is
Dane.
Asa ka stay? Ocean Bay na lang.
May bagyo rin yung abilin? No, uy, ako pa kaay, panke, ako.
Mo na, nama mo daplin sa dagat. Kami dire nasa may daplin sa dagat niya magmas
Now you know why I don't have a cell phone. Yeah,
Ah, diri, ako sad.
yeah.
Apong diay dira.
Suspend ang tanan.
One time we did
Ay, suspend na klase.
One time we did Shinigan and I did a Facebook
Brian,
Live.
the class is suspended daw. The class is suspended.
Which class? Her driving class?
Yeah.
Here in Tolado ba?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Only in Tolado.
Near Mangguro.
3 calls, you're a popular man. What are your main hobbies?
So, Maria na lang. Akong
Main hobbies would be landscaping and gardening, and some editing, content creation, and some investment in some independent films.
No?
God, Brian, can you just see what a phone bill if you and I was talking from the Philippines again? How many hours? Yeah.
Broom, broom, broom.
Yeah, it would add up.
Dragon.
It would add up. Yeah.
Wow.
We tried to, Dane, we tried to get a eSIM in the department store. There were several places that sold SIM cards, so I could get my GCash set up, have a Philippine phone number, and some of them didn't even know what an eSIM was. I had to explain it to them. But the iPhones over here, they still take SIM cards. And I explained to them that the new iPhones in North America, Canada, and the United States, they're eliminating the SIM cards and going with eSIMs. So, for example, my iPhone 17, it can store 8 different eSIMs for 8 different providers all at once, which they think is pretty cool. So they're getting a different model of the iPhones over here. And so I haven't been able to get an eSIM. I probably should have tried at the airport when I first arrived. But my carrier, my Canadian carrier, is providing the service very nicely over here, so I've got no complaints. Yeah.
Onya, kwanta ha
We'd
kanang.
have to apply for
Ala,
help,
una,
yeah.
kuwan ang guta, full time
Some
tayo,
a
ilang
government
area, full time,
assistance
area.
program for communications.
Agian na ko dyan diri. 360, mag-ano na diri.
Oh, pwede ra, agion na ka dira.
Kinawat.
Oh. Hopefully it will not rain, Brian.
Yeah.
Because we will do, are you familiar with ETV?
Yes.
Yeah, they have a very good activity to run called ETV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pila ganito?
I forgot.
Belinda, pila ganito ITV Belinda?
How much ETV and Bologna?
Ay, bibili ka mo kuyo ka to sa tiilin mo dito.
Is Philippines relatively cheap to visit
Dako gani
long term? How much money would cost housing there?
Ah, sige.
Cameras are now picking up
YouTube lang
people's
sa chat.
cell phone as they drive by.
That do
Um,
this one. Hello, mga nagpipili viewers. Manda,
Yeah,
Billboard,
some
para-
things are relatively affordable, and other things are priced similar to what you're accustomed to in North America, actually. It all balances out, it seems, you know. It's like anywhere, really. I mean, the exchange rate on the dollar is one of the big dictating factors. Plus, there are things that are kind of valued lower than what we would think they would be. But how much for monthly cost housing? The general number that I seem to see is 2,500 just for expenses, and that here is ideal if you don't want to be second guessing if you're going out to eat all the time.
Trisha is the person blocking me on Junabel's channel. I don't know, Mix. I don't know who blocked you on Junabel live stream.
It's not me, Mix, because I haven't been modding.
Brian is not the one who blocking you because he is doing live stream.
I'm vacationing, Mix. Junabel told me to stay out of the live stream and enjoy my vacation. So I'm following her advice, and it's actually working very nicely.
I said it's an order. The last time ba what she did,
Yeah.
but still she's doing moderating. Huh?
Yeah.
I think that's,
She is her own worst enemy.
yeah.
Yeah. I live rent free. I stay in a cardboard box by a dumpster so I can get free food for the net hookup. What you want to do is stay in a cardboard box next to a dumpster outside the back of a restaurant, Dane. And that way you'll get real free food from the store and a computer. I made it of dog food kit.
Do you know, partner?
You can make a telephone out of a wire and 2 tin cans.
And now you're being
So-
blocked.
Hi from Syria. Hi, welcome.
Oh my God,
Yay.
there's our dream.
Hope we have some food coming here, guys.
Yeah.
Yung malakas
Wow. Pansit tayo pang tikang gabi.
pansit o gatong steak.
I really, we still have steak though, Brian, from yesterday.
That's true, a whole lot of it.
Daghan to yung steak, nabilin pa.
It's a lot.
Ay, hello, sorry.
No
Thank you.
problem. Stop talking about scams on her channel. Hello, stop lagi ni Leo is wild na. He will be turning kuan, cockroach. Leo will turn, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
He will
Iced
turn-
tea, guys.
Iced tea, guys.
Tapos ay iced tea. Iced tea.
Tingnan tama mo natin yung ate. Kami ate, double check niya daw ang ate.
Mabalik pa man to.
Brian is going to have fish feet and chicken lips for breakfast. No. No. We've got one bowl of pancit here, but our main breakfast hasn't been arrived.
That is pancit man, Brian.
Pansit. Hi,
There you
William
go.
Warren.
Nobody's promised tomorrow.
Like she don't like you, Joey.
I have ordered spam and scrambled eggs, and there probably will be some little bits of fruit cut up, and iced tea. So,
Oh, you
and
misunderstood
the
me.
last
You
few days I
misunderstood
haven't had any
me.
coffee. There's no coffee at this resort.
That's enough.
So,
I did not eat my breakfast, guys, and then there's ano na, guys, kanang a movie marathon started. The show, it started na, guys, but you know, just cut. So we just cut it. We can do it that when our food is arrived.
I'll let you see what I see, guys.
Nobody's
Hi,
promised
Junabel.
Hello, Brian, man.
Hi, Trisha. There's the pancit, guys.
Pansit katun-katun.
Pancit. Pancit. Looks good, eh? Looks healthy.
That's good, eh?
Yeah.
Ala, ang rice napil man din ako.
I'll show you what we're looking at here, guys. We've got 2 residences, and they have 2 entrances there. They're identical, divided by a pool right here, and then there's 2 more residences over there. And Junabel and Trisha and I are the only ones staying here, and it's nice because it's all connected by this common kind of a deckway here that's got kind of Trex boards, and then all of the grounds have all these beautiful gardens here. Well, here comes the breakfast. I'll give you a quick view, guys, before I start to eat. There's big grounds that reminds me of the Robin Masters estate from Magnum PI, you know. This is the laneway for coming in. There's gates and a wall all around here. Kind of a big pavilion building. An office building, and this is where we were sitting originally over there. And then the grounds here with the ocean beyond. This kind of thing is like picture perfect, you know. It's all just kind of bare ground, as you can see. There's no lawn or grass per se. And what grass there was there, you see it's all yellow, kind of burnt up. So it's rather nice. And like I say, we're the only ones here staying here, just the 3 of us. This reminds me of Fantasy Island, the TV show. You know, this area here with the vegetation. Yeah, no coffee. That would be a deal breaker. Yeah, we were actually on our way to a different resort we were going to stay at, and we passed by here, and the gates were closed, and we saw the logo on the gate, and Junabel told the trike driver to turn around. We did a U-turn, and we're glad we came in here because this has been nice. It's all very modern interior too. But see, isn't that kind of a pretty residence? I mean, I'd be happy if this was my home, actually. I'm gonna come back up to the table, guys.
Kami man ang carrots area ay.
Well, we got rice.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. More rice, spam, scrambled eggs.
Ay, ako nag-ian ng dapat.
Okay lang tayo. Thank you so much.
What's an attraction?
There's a Junabel ordered. Oh my goodness, look
Same
at
na
that.
natin.
Wow.
Asians pang
Ay, spam-day na lang din.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Ka, Brian. Same na siya order. Ginahan mo siya order. Brian, do you need this?
Yes, I think I do.
Ano nang baby baso?
Yes. We can put these over here if I can lift them. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm just reconnecting here with where I'm going to put this.
Guys.
There. Brian, I hate to, but I have to go to work. Yeah, that's okay, Dane. Someone needs water tonight, I'm sure. Something for, yeah. Thanks for dropping by, Dane. Good luck with your work. You're always helping somebody, being the handyman that you are. Thank you.
I will read your comment on my phone, guys.
That's what I should have done. You know you love me, yeah.
How is Grace? She has been
Beautiful
seeing her
women.
sister, like, I
What
saw
is
her
your
on my
secret to get
WhatsApp.
Mercedes to cut
She
you?
said hi and
Just being a nice guy. Just being a nice guy and a friend. Yeah.
Okay, let's pray.
Yeah.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
And
Lord God, thank you for the food and bless this food. And thank you, Lord, for all the blessings and for the good health. Guide us with our daily activities and bless us with your guidance and spirit. Amen.
amen.
Amen. Thank you, partner. Thank you. Okay.
Para bang bawal sa
Let's eat, Brian.
Let's
Thank
eat.
you.
Thank you, Brian.
Hello. Grace is still working, guys, but hoping she can join us next time.
Oh, that's the steak from last night.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to try this.
If we had, I'll reach
It's
across.
okay.
Are you okay? All right.
Yeah.
If we had a microwave, we could heat that up. Jeez, guys.
We already ate it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, they
after that.
did? Oh, good. This is our steak, some of our leftover steak and fries from last night from our dinner, guys. So this is going to be a huge breakfast. Hi, Rinky. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Yeah.
Nag-place mo nga naman. Wala na kabukod siya. Wala na yung parintaan.
Thank you, Rinky. It's a combination of a lot of different things here.
Everyone on their phone at breakfast. Yeah, we're live streamer, including our phone. Yes. Yes, a live streamer, guys, so you can follow and subscribe.
Just a reminder, guys, please double tap your screen to like the live stream and go to the home page, tap on the bell and select all notifications. You'll get the notifications when new videos are published and the live streams begin.
Hey. Ang box na steak lang yun.
Tender kayo?
If I had a clamp, I could clamp the phone onto the back of a chair.
Pagkala ka po. Hindi mo open. Ani?
Wala rin spicy.
Ulit masuk. Wala mayalang.
Like a sister, yes. Yep.
Yeah, so that you can see us, guys. Mas delicious daw ang tapa kaysa sa steak. Ay, wala may sauce. Where's the sauce?
Kuhan ka lang. Third case. With gums. Ang stick nila.
Pagas na may last.
Pag Monday. Wala ka nang, bisan po eh. Saritang basikan ka ng ubo.
Yeah.
Tapos like, hindi siya kumok.
Ay, bitaw.
Alam ko siya Junabel brand ng lahat. Mr. Lunch.
Sweet.
Muratag na ko ano ka nang, muratag na lang sa kapunto ng kwarto.
di man gyud magkulang ito order dito. Magkapilan ko sa balik da. Kaya ako kay mas balik. Nakabal ko na. I'll go with this rice.
That's very nice, isn't it? That rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlic na ito pernadero nila. Kasi ang kanilang po.
Hi Michael Bass, good morning. So that is the famous Bayan May.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah. Yes. We're doing good. We're having a breakfast. From Enzo, moderator Bayan.
Pardon me?
Enzo, he said. Moderator Bayan.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because I'm the only one, guys,
French
who
fries.
has tripod. That's why I do it like that. So you can see us behind their live stream, behind his live stream.
I said to Trisha, if I had a clamp, I could clamp the phone onto the back of a chair and pull it back there a ways, eh? And give you some elevation.
Clap, 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 clap.
Clamp.
Yeah, clap. I thought you would be taller looking at you on a phone. Yeah. We are a little bit slimmer, guys, because the phone is put in a high position.
Hi, Sweetie Vlogs. Hello, Nathan. Thanks for joining in. We're having a little breakfast here on the patio in front of our residences.
Just joking. Thank you for coming in, Michael Bass. I hope one day you can make it to the Philippines. Even a quick visit. Much love and many blessings to you and her. Love for me. Is he there to put a ring on it? Just love. You must be a new viewer. You don't know a thing.
We're doing very well, Nathan. I'll show you the ladies. There's Junabel. Trisha. There's our lots of food, guys. So we're eating well.
I'll take the leftovers. Everybody is on phone.
Sir Nathan says hi, Junabel and Trisha.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nathan. How are you doing? Rocksteady is here na bayan. Removing. There are a lot of trolls today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Ever since I left, there seems to be a lot of trolls, I think.
There's a lot of troubles today. I just, sometimes I read it on my mouth, but most of the time I
Yeah.
don't read it.
It's funny if
Sometimes my mouth slips.
they're so agitated they won't just scroll away. They want to put themselves through that torture and then comment on it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're jealous. They're there in the room right now.
Hi, Rock.
Slowly eating one.
You'll digest it better when you eat slower.
I just
Haley, you remove this jackass. Your father shall want me to block this calling Juna a scammer. You can do. You're the great one, Leo. It's on to you, La Leo. If it's good, then go. Nah, kick the butt of his lubot. Kick his lubot. Kick his lubot, Leo.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hi, Cebu. Good morning.
Mga kuwan mo.
Manok, may kanok. Api sa buto. Let's eat, Leo. Percy, good night.
So pa na, uy, dagang kaayo. Sleep down. Brian, if they are like if they have common sense, like if they have common sense ba, do you think we will go live stream if we scam you? No.
People nga ni, mga low tolerance.
You are na lang probably, guys. You are sad because you cannot be with us.
Some of them, I think, just have sad lives and they want to impart that onto someone else because they can't bear to see someone else enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But to be honest, guys, if you're so bothered, we can leave Brian if you like, but we don't want.
No, I don't want them to leave.
Yeah. We love Brian, we don't love you.
They're very nice companions.
So sweet.
Pakilig na talaga. Let's eat. Cheers for the people out there who do marites. Cheers. Hope you long life. You have a long life.
I say, I hope you have a peaceful life. Oh, no, I hope you find peace in your life. That's what I tell them.
The garlic rice was finished early. This one is not.
Yeah, I'm favoring the garlic rice too. I'm trying to work away at the regular one and mix them a little bit, but
The food is good.
it is.
I need this fiber. I am
This-
pleased in my pizza.
This is nicer sitting up here than it is over there, isn't it? That was okay, right?
This one
But
more
the environment is nice here, the surroundings. And there's a breeze too, bit of a breeze.
way more colder here as well compared there. It's too humid in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think what was it like different rooms nakatupak na.
Murag nag-CR dira.
Yeah.
Nag-CR.
Workers din rin dapat ang pag-iuto ko.
Mura magulit trabaho ng dalawa.
Same sa nato sa Louis Beach ako na pagpabandid lang yung swimming nato. Dapat yung gabandid ako na pagpabandid 300, 400 ano ba?
I'm going to move my phone over to that shelf over there and just give a panoramic room because there's not much chat activity right now. So I won't miss anything.
Yaman ako.
Can I give you guys a different view? There.
So, careful, it might be cold.
Brian, I feel bad for you, Brian,
Why?
because you don't deserve all the hate, man.
I know.
Yeah.
To some, it's obvious I'm just a nice guy, and to others, but no matter, you can't explain anything because they seem to have their mind is hard set, wired. That's what it is, and you can't convince them. So you can only do what you can do. But it all comes down to being grateful for your kindness and friendship. That is the overwhelming factor.
But they are just on time, they're just bored and sad. So they rush other people.
I think it's okay. I popped it back a bit, but you don't want to hold on paper.
If I fall down, that will be the first time. Because this
It
is
will
like,
be. Yeah, a little slippery. I think it's okay though.
Just move backward, Brian.
backward a little bit.
You see, it's looking better. Yeah, I think this is a little bit nicer view for a while, guys. I think it's okay. It's not going to fall over. It does have a lean, so we'll go with it. I have a second iPhone too, and I almost put it in my bag. Ring, so I could use it to read comments. You know?
And then, Brian, where you set your phone? What is that phone brand?
My previous phone that I was using before this one was an 8 Plus. And it was still in perfect condition. It worked, except the battery wasn't holding the charge as long as it should, which is typical, right? And I almost put it in my bag to use to read comments. I had my phone, the camera phone, somewhere else,
Yeah.
and I didn't put it in because I thought, yeah, I generally speaking, iPhone or Apple products are the same price everywhere. They never go on sale usually. So I wonder over here if the iPhone iPhones might be a little more affordable than they are at home.
Here, I think it's cheaper here for us, according than the Canada.
They sell the older models.
Brian, I
Yeah,
think
second hand, gonna
Junabel, we were talking about one for a gift, and it was
Yeah.
an iPhone 11, right?
11 is okay now.
Yeah,
11 or 13 or 11 is nice.
yeah.
And they are lower prices na compared to higher iPhone.
Pero sa ako, ano na din?
You see, even back home, if I got a new battery put in my other phone back home, so it keeps the charge longer, it's still the technology of an 8 Plus. It's not going to accept the newer operating system upgrades.
Oh, how much GB is your iPhone Plus? How many GB?
I think it was,
Terabyte?
no, it wasn't a terabyte. I think it was 256 gigabytes. That, at the time, I think that was the largest I could get. 256 gigabytes.
Oh no, when I was in high school, my classmate had an iPhone 6. Came to Cebu. Then I told, oh, rare kayo na iPhone ba daw? May 6 na. Siguro bigyan na rin.
The previous one to that, which I still have, is an iPhone 5. Yeah, yeah. So I have a 5 and 8 Plus, and then this 17 Pro Max. Yeah.
It's a jump.
It was, yeah, yeah. I was anxiously waiting for the 17s to come out, the Pro Max. I bought it the two 17s first, and had to wait longer for the Pro Max to come
Why
out.
do you wait the 17? Because you know the 17 is way more.
The improved optics, and also that steady. They don't
Why
pop.
you did not do it 18?
Well, because I was coming here and I wanted it with me when I came here.
With
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Marag bilak doon ka, marag bilak doon.
Very Dear, dili man si 5 days na na, ikaw pa na dear, kaya wala isunod pa nga kung kuhan. Bang, oh. Tapang kay Walter magamit din na. Oh.
Your phone just dialed my phone.
That is a group chat of us for those who will come to you for things and everything kay kanang kita kasi sa tayo klaro kadali ko boy Alderese know what is it, my
I'll be
dear?
back, everyone. I'll go.
Where is it? Okay.
Success. Do you know what success means?
Yeah.
Kanina, gabi ko mo niya. Hadlo mo ko mo.
Kasi, gabi, kung nangyari ko.
Hadlo ko mo ko. Okay.
Hi, Roxy. Juna going number 2. Number 2, the case of success. Enjoy the fun, kind of good. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. That's it from Gio. Leo, cheers from me, Leo. You know last night, Brian, when we are maybe he's fasting, you know what to do because you called her last night, right?
No, I didn't.
You called her like, Sarah, hi.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, that's because Junabel told me to
Yeah.
do it.
And
Yeah.
then when we arrived in the room, the CR is locked, and then we cannot go there. And then we said, I think she go to that CR, and then us, when the two of us are only here, and then me, I'm scared to go up, to go to the CR, and then I guess I'm not gonna sleep.
But did Giselle accidentally lock the CR door or something?
No, she accidentally the door, and then us, we did not do CR na lang until morning. In the morning, I just asked Ate to open it.
Yeah.
We forgot to do toothbrush.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
forgot to wash our face because the door, obviously, is locked.
That was silly.
And then we in general are scared to go out man because it's really dark here. And then
Yeah.
we don't know which part of CR is that in the back or that side.
Oh, I didn't realize they had one outside.
Yeah, they had. Kuya also told us last night, so we just like, oh, okay, but
Oh.
we did not go there to the CR man because
I'd be afraid of the men in ankle.
yo, what if there's someone?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Junabel also, that's why the two of us did not do success because we failed one last night. So we just leave.
Wow.
And then we don't want to bother you as well to go to UCR.
Well, you certainly could have, but
We've already passed out like this.
yeah, yeah, because she actually on my messenger, she had sent me a message about 4 minutes before a while, and then it said message deleted. So maybe that's what it was. She was asking to use the CR. But I didn't stay up very long, and I went right to bed. And the last couple nights, like literally as soon as my head hit the pillow, I went to sleep.
Yeah, because a lot of activity always.
Yeah, and I think the humidity too, you know. Yeah. I mean, it didn't feel fatigued or overwhelmed, tired, you know, when I turned in, but you know, I guess it's the air and you're relaxed, right? Well, that's too bad, because you sure there would have been robbery.
Come on, you're a hunter girl. Just go sit our outside door. No, you, this is a private villa. You want us to go to see her in the side of the room? Are you crazy, Leo? Then no. And then where can we hide our fun? Where we can hide? When the area is so very wide, then you cannot hide. I didn't know. Hopefully it will not gonna rain guys. So we were going to kanang mountain tour. Using a spoon to cut your food. That's confusing. Because did not put a knife. No, Breno?
A lot of places, it's just a spoon and a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah. From my understanding, it's the higher echelons that use knives.
Do you like that
I
one?
noticed the night of the party when there was spammers, haters of the chat, that the regular people weren't there, whether they were just staying out of it, just observing, or certainly getting involved. There used to be more moderators from other channels that would come and visit, and they say hi in the chat and don't anymore. Whether they lurk and just kind of watch and don't just read or whatever they understand. But there used to be, from other channels. That's how we got to know some of them, right?
Brian is gone now. Well prepared guys, gone. All his clothes is already packed in the luggage and then us not focused. So
Yep.
this was very messy. Steak must be tender, carrying the spoon. This is not a steak man, my dear. This is not steak. This is just a beef tapa. Just marinated beef. The steak, it's so very hard to cut, man.
Yes. Yeah, we need a knife for that.
We need a knife on this kind of steak, and then we bought it in the other resort, a resort restaurant.
It was a little thicker and tougher too, I think, than what we had at Caps Cafe.
Copy, it's better now. But if you plan to treat us, then we will accept the trade. No, Brian.
I think mag-arrange ako sa kanila.
Maligo pa
Kung ano mag-arrange, baby. Arrange mo ba? Brian, I will arrange now. I will pack my things
Okay.
and go on. Take a shower then. Let's go home na.
Okay.
Okay, Brian. I will bring my lights here, ma.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Brian. You're enjoying your stay. I've seen pictures
Or-
of you today.
Do you have cash, Brian?
The weather looks nice.
No more bank transfer from me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will arrange now. Ikaw, mag-arrange food ka.
Ay, guman ako. Tatawag sa. Tatawag sa kong lao. Oo. Di ka pasag ko dali-dali.
Oh, gani. Oh,
Some tofu.
Thank you for the company.
My mouth is not okay to this because of my brace. Next one, guys, my brace will be removed.
Permanently? I remember you before you had your braces put on.
Before
Yeah,
braces,
yeah, yeah.
my teeth
You
were-
haven't had them that long.
but
Not as long as some people do wear braces. Yeah.
mine is already 1 year and 8 months.
Yeah.
1 year and 8 months.
Yeah.
And then my dentist said that my teeth is already nice. And then he recommend me to do some, what is that, like extension here on my center here, the rabbit,
Yeah.
because there's a crack a little bit and then it will fill up. So I don't know
Okay.
what is that name. And then I said, oh no.
Root canal?
No, not
No.
root canal.
Okay.
Just like a veneer,
Oh,
but not
okay.
not that really veneer thing.
Yeah.
Ah, yes! Huh? Junabel forgot her kuan kanang password.
Password for what?
Luggage.
Oh.
Okay, excited. You're excited na, Rochelle. Basta topic na niya. No, they said the
I don't know what the clue was to the number she came up with yesterday, so I can't help her with that.
Yes, well, because I don't know what is the password of Junabel.
Yeah.
The only one I remember is
If I knew the clue, like what it meant, I could say, hey, remember so and so, but I can't.
999 partner. And then that's why
I need 555. Yeah.
555 tuna.
Was there 4 characters
No.
or 3?
Sorry.
3?
You know 555 tuna? It's a candles like tuna like what is that? Tuna
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Put in a can. And then the brand name is 55 tuna.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Here in the Philippines, it's like 55 tuna. Like the 555 tuna. Okay. Ano naman ang ganun. I'm excited for the next month. It should be this month. It should be removed this month, but my dentist said if this month it should be both of them should remove. And then I need to put a retainer or clear retainer. And then I said I should have the upper the retainer and then the lower is clear. And then we're just gonna set next week, next month supposed to be because he don't know the price of the clear retainer.
Yeah.
And then the here I guess the tooth rabbit, the like veneer what is that? I think the veneer.
Veneer?
Circle. Ito the circle. Not six.
Yeah.
But this is it's very mahal man. In like $10, $40 for
Yeah.
one tooth.
Wow.
$1 one tooth.
Wow.
You see, that's why. Oh yes. Narisan ay nakuha ma. Very good.
We're gonna need some red super chats for that.
Nah, and I rather don't think. I rather have super chat than I'm not gonna use it for nothing. Mahal. Very expensive.
The breeze has died down. I'm starting to feel humidity now.
But it's still cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gently warm.
Here I'm.
Yeah. Oh, there's the breeze back again.
So cold, man. I
What you're accustomed to regularly, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the whole day here. This is what we like all the time. Not rain, not too hot, not too rainy, just a normal thing, you know? Not sunny. Visalign. Visalign. Do you know that one?
No,
Visalign sunny?
no.
No, we don't. I don't know as well that man. Visalign.
I don't expect these ceiling fans to do much because the blades aren't very long. They need to be long to push the air.
But it will gonna rotate. It will gonna start one. Oh my dear, that is very expensive there, my dear. So prepare your wallet. Ciao, Pingan. Brian is going to sponsor us, so it's okay. Ciao. Just kidding. People were gonna take it serious and they were gonna
Yeah.
people, always people rant you, whatever you rant, guys. You will not be rich on that one. It's okay. Leo, someone. Hello. Someone message. I comment. Trish, tell Junabel she can forget her back as karma for allowing me to be. Do you notice it? Really?
That makes no sense. No.
Do you know this person? Do you know this one? This is earlier. I'm going to run here. The one who answered earlier. He is that one. He needs to be that's like people.
Wow.
God. You give me kuana guys, kind of motivation guys to live longer.
I guess with that, you can't walk them yourself, right?
It's kind of black then. Kind of black then. Ang neto.
Back over.
I'm going to kuan guys,
Okay, guys, gonna bring you back to the table here.
I was gonna. Are you done, Brian? I'm going to cover
Yeah, I think we are.
I'm going to cover this stuff because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
There.
insects.
Nathan will be channel, Trisha will be open. Thanks everyone for the views. Yeah, and the likes. Yeah, thank you, Nathan, for
I'm
mentioning
going
that.
inside, Brian, na.
Are
I'm
you?
to pack my things.
Okay.
Hindi password.
There's some workers over here where the dining area is, and they're playing soundtrack from Saturday Night Fever. They just started. This has been a nice place to stay, and like I said, there's it's only Junabel, Trisha, and I staying here. There's no one else. They have these two buildings, and each building has a separate apartment, so there's a potential of four apartments to be rented out. And Junabel and Trisha's, you went up the stairs and there was a loft and there was bedding for sleeping for 6 more people if you wanted. Now last time I came down here, I think it didn't switch from Wi-Fi to data, so we lost the signal, so I don't know if I want to risk that again. But it's a breakwater down there, and there was pretty shades of blue the other day, but the ocean is a little rougher today. There's been a storm. But they have the potential here that they can host some benefits if they want. There's grounds to set up tables and things. And then there's this pavilion here, and at night they're playing switch hands. It might be a little steadier. My other hand. Sorry, it's a little rocky maybe, guys. This area here you could put barbecues if you wanted to have a benefit. It's all roofed in nice. But this area here is big. They're playing pickleball. Look at the size of this place. Out beyond the plantation there's a wall and a fence and the road's out there. So it's keeping the noise level down. We were on our way to an alternate location to stay for a couple of days and passed by the gate here. And just came in and to see if they had any vacancies, and this is actually better than I think we were going to stay. This area here kind of looks like Fantasy Island, you know. It's just two kind of cottages that are almost identical, and it's all furnished nice and modern. It's a nice place, you know. And it's just down the road a little ways from where I had already stayed for about 3 days. This is my 3rd place I've stayed at now since I've been over here, and we're going to be going to a new place today. So it's nice. And it's separated by a pool. And I've been in the pool every day. It's not a big pool, but I mean, when you've got residence provisions for, you know, 4 cottages, so to speak, you don't need a big pool. Down at the deep end, it's maybe, I don't know, 5.5 feet deep or so, because I can stand up and still have my head above water. But so Trisha and Junabel are just packing now. I'm already packed and ready to go. So yeah, it's nice, Nathan. It's very comfortable. I come back here again. I wouldn't hesitate to come back here again. Over across the way, they have seating area for eating. That's where we've had our breakfast typically. I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but they're rather pretty. These yellow flowers. So it's a nice spot. So there's all sorts of, if you're into flowers and plants, there's some interesting things growing here, you know. Those ones are multicolored. They're doing renovation, I guess, putting on a new roof maybe. But there's a gateway. When you go between those 2 buildings, you walk through the gateway, you come out onto the street, and there's a building which the owner of this resort also owns, and there is a laundromat, there is a telemarketing center where it's closed in the daytime, and then at night, which would be the daytime in the Western time zone, there's rows and rows of workstations, and there's phone operators online doing service calls all night. And then right beside that is a restaurant, and the restaurant's where we ate the first time we came here. We had our dinner there. So this, whoever owns this place is a little bit of an entrepreneur. They've invested in a couple of different businesses, it seems. I'm just gonna switch this around again. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know whether they'll come back and get all these plates and things or not. It's unusual to be over here. They may or may not. So I think we're going out on all-terrain bikes tonight. Today we're gonna do a little mountain riding. Had a choice between swimming and diving and mountain riding today. I think we're going to do the mountain riding. So some of the time will be spent in the province area here exploring and doing stuff, and some of the times going to be in the city touring around and doing some stuff. And then the last week of the month, maybe going over to Negros, the neighboring island, to visit Dumaguete. So we'll see what happens there. Oh man, I'm full. He just took a little tour of the grounds, a little walkabout.
It's good.
Yep.
So that the food is digested.
Yeah. I guess I could walk over and show you guys my room, but you know what? I have to pause out of the stream to get my passcode, because I didn't put the card in my pocket with the number. But okay, I'm going to switch here for a second, guys. Bear with me. There's the room, guys. It's pretty nice. It's modern furniture. Big flat screen. I'm all packed, ready to go. a desk area, so I was able to do some of my content stuff. Had my laptop set up there, so you've got a nice view from the windows. And then modern facilities. There we go. Sorry, modern facilities in the bathroom. You know, a nice big shower too. About the neighbors. And the place that Trisha and Junabel are staying in, they have a staircase that goes up to a loft, and there is a sleeping area for 6 more people. So the first night we had some other vloggers as guests stay over. So yeah. So no complaints. It's been good, and it was just luck of the draw that we kind of came upon this place as we were driving to where we were actually going to be staying at, you know. So there. So I could be comfortable living in a place like this, you know. It would be okay. And I found too that the Toledo area, where Junabel's family home is, it's the traffic is better. You know, it's saner. I mean, you're still getting people that are passing on a solid line on the highway just before oncoming traffic hits them, but it's not the chaos that you see in Cebu City, particularly some of the 4-way intersections where they don't have traffic lights and everybody is literally coming out at once. And it's just whoever is willing to take a split second to merge to let somebody else go through, that they get through the traffic. I wish I had shot some video on one of these wild intersections. Literally, there was rows and rows of cars, and they were all coming out at the same time, and you could put your life in your hands second guessing who's going to yield to who, you know. There was like no right of way or anything. It was insane. But up here, it's better. And after I was here for a little while, I said, Junabel, you know, I think I could potentially be comfortable in this area, you know. And we're about, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes drive away from Junabel's family home here, which we're going to go over to once they get packed and I check out here. I'm going to leave my stuff at their place for a while. So, you know, but this place here, it's, like I say, it reminded me of the Robin Masters estate from Magnum PI. You know, the way it was kind of laid out with the pathway and that. So every few days or every week I'd stay at a different place and just kind of get the lay of the land and see some different things. Nice room. Yeah, it is like paradise, Nathan. You know, it's calming and peaceful, you know, and anything you need. Well, the other place I stayed at, which is down the road here, called Ocean Breeze, they had a Sari store across the road. So if you needed to buy some stuff, you know, that the motel itself didn't have, you were good to go there. My first place was at the Sada Inn in Ayala Center in Cebu City. And I was there for 3 or 4 days and 3 or 4 nights. And it was right beside the Ayala Mall. So in that Ayala Mall, they must have had like 800 stores. There were 4 levels above ground and 3 levels below ground. And you literally could get lost in there. It was so huge. So what I did is I just memorized took note of a couple of the notable stores. And then I think I was over there 3 times. First 2 times, I just tried to, when I was ready to leave, backtrack my route. And if I saw a store I recognized, I knew I was going the right way. But they literally, you know, near the entrances, they would have a sign with the name of the street you were going to go on to. If I didn't recognize the name of the street, I knew I was going in the wrong direction in the mall, because you could get turned around pretty easy because it was so big. And it's a strange thing, because a lot of the people over here live in what we would relatively term poverty. And the people that work in the city, some of them go home in the province area here, and yet they have this massive mall that has every conceivable store you would want, and the people here, some of them couldn't afford to shop in it, you know. So it's a strange contrast, and that's what the country seems to be. It's just a contrast, you know, between the haves and the have-nots, and they're all coexisting in some form. There's an area where the people have homes, they're more like cottages that they've built on stilts, and they're out in the water, so they don't pay taxes, they don't have any expenses, and the water is just full of junk, like human feces and garbage and plastic bottles and junk. It's just awash with it, and like you can't safely be in the water. Like you'd be sick for sure, and they just, you know, they go about their business and they do their thing. And then the people up in the provinces here, I mean, they just have by our standard, a simple, straightforward life, and yet they're fine, they're happy, you know. And so they don't have the hassles that the people in the city do. And then down in Cebu City, like Business Park, where I was staying at, and then IT Park, which I saw, it's just modern architecture and buildings, and just traffic everywhere. And it's I said to Junabel one night, it's too bad that they couldn't just kind of spread their wealth around a little bit more to make it a little more equal for those that, you know, are finding it hard, you know, that are out on the streets begging, you know, and need food and need a little better housing, because there were some homes that were just mega mansions, and these are the people that, you know, are gaining the wealth and they're not sharing it. And so you tend to sometimes be walking on the street, and, you know, children will come up and they want your coins and stuff, and they're not necessarily doing it for themselves, they're doing it for their family, you know. And you know, it's if you were still in school and you were taking sociology, it would be an interesting case study to come over and then do a paper on what you're seeing. And then there's also big industries like the computer chip manufacturers. They have plants here, and I mean, they're really doing well because everyone's using computers and stuff. And some of that stuff is manufactured over here. I have UPS battery backup systems at home that I have my computers plugged in case of a power failure. And the sticker where the barcode is, it says "Made in Philippines." So, you know, they're doing some high tech stuff here, but it's segments of society that are broken up into these different levels of existence, and also manufacturing or employment, you know. So, and the malls are filled with people. They're not empty like some of the malls you might see in the States or Canada, you know, where they end up being in threat of being closed. It's crazy. And I've seen up here in the province where, while we were on our way up, there was an area where it was almost like one lane road going around sharp edges around the side of the mountain, where they'd etched the road into the side of the mountain. And there was these huts built on literally the edge of the mountain, on the edge side of the road. And Junabel told me that they're not supposed to build there. The government said, like, you got to take those down and move away, and the people won't move. And so they're kind of sitting there not paying any taxes or property taxes existing. But there's a danger every time they have big rainstorms of landslides, because there'll be a steep hill on one side. And I saw areas where there had been landslides and the ground had all eroded away, or there was boulders at the edge of the road. And if it's strong enough, of course, that goes across the road, will literally wash those huts right off the cliff, right off the side of the road, and go down into deep gullies. So they're goners. But they still live there, you know. They take the chances. And it's just little huts. The area where I went over to visit Jamaica and Christy, they live in a place that's right beside Leica's old home, which was kind of like a plywood and frame glorified tool shed almost, from way back before she was in the place before this place. And they literally had a paved driveway that went down a laneway like an alleyway, and in the center core there was a trench that was concrete that was maybe yay deep and that wide, and it was all just human feces just rolling through there, washing through there. So they had like no septic systems or anything, and it was just going down in the open. And then if you drove in, you just had to straddle that with your wheels on the concrete thing. And I had my first authentic lumpia meal there. We bought the ingredients at the store and took it over to visit, and the parents made it up. We sat on the floor in the plywood home they had and ate it. And the mother and the father, they stayed outside. They didn't join us. They were fine to prepare it, but they weren't prepared to. I guess they didn't think it was appropriate to sit with us and all the kids, which was kind of odd. But they were very gracious, when I told them how good it was and thank you very much and everything. And it was interesting. There were people coming, sneaking peeks through the door, and Jamaica said, you're the first Afam they've seen. They're curious, to hear your voice and to see you talk. And when we were leaving, there was groups of them outside gathered around, waiting to see me, And that was an interesting experience. But I have everyone you meet over here seems to be friendly, and seems like some of the people, the neighbors kind of keep to their own business. So they do have a sense of some privacy, but they are very friendly, and I've tried to be positive and speak well to everyone I meet, and the people in the store, the checkout, you always say thank you very much, and every store that I've gone into, they have a security guard at the entrance, or they have guards through the stores. So that is interesting. Of course, it's not surprising to me because we've seen that in the live streams. When the girls go shopping and that, you'll see a security guard. Now, I haven't seen the security guards with the semi-automatic rifles wearing them like we have in some of the lives. But every store I see these security, and they're kind of like the uniforms are like police officials actually, but at the doorways. And so I guess they have zero tolerance for any kind of silliness. Yeah. So it's a good experience. It's a good experience. It was about a 20-hour flight for me. I went from Toronto to Taipei, China, and then had a 3 or 3.5 hour layover from Taipei to Cebu. I had the choice of I had 4 airlines, there may be more, that fly from Toronto. Philippine Air, they fly from Toronto to Manila, and then Manila to Cebu. Air Canada flies from Toronto to Manila, and then Manila to Cebu. And Cathay Pacific, they fly from Toronto to Hong Kong, and then there's a layover in Hong Kong, and then Cebu. And I went EVA Air, and it's an airline that my brother flies on all the time and highly recommends it. So that was the one I took, and that was Taipei. And the Taipei airport is ultra modern, it's huge, but it seemed to be laid out well. And while I was there, I just, there's an app you have to install on your phone before you enter the Philippines. And you can fill it out up to 72 hours before you arrive. But it has to be filled out before you go through immigration. So if you don't fill it out, you're sitting at the airport in Cebu filling this thing out. So during my layover, I just sat in a lounge and called. I had the app installed. I just called it up and filled the thing out. It took me a little while. And so my arrival here was very streamlined. I just had to show them my boarding pass and show them my barcode on the phone from the app, and they just asked how long I was here for, why I was here, and where I was staying, and I was good to go. And I traveled very simply. I didn't have any check-in luggage. I just had a big knapsack for carry-on and my laptop bag. Hi there, Taylor. Thank you. But going home now, I've now purchased. I have all sorts of luggage at home, but it's what they call soft pack. But what I did is Junabel and I went out and shopped for luggage yesterday. One of the things we did is Junabel wanted to get a carry-on hard pack luggage with wheels as well. So I bought mine a little larger because I have a big bouquet of handmade flowers that Junabel gave me at the airport when I arrived. And there was no way to bring those on as carry-on unless they were inside a container. So I've got this other piece of luggage now for a checked-in luggage to take back. So that was one of the things in the list of things to do. Plus go to an ATM machine to get some cash. Because in the provinces up here, using a Visa card is not very common at all. And so you have to have cash or you have to have GCash. And I have a PayPal account, but I didn't have a GCash account. So I got the app installed, but I have to now get a Philippine phone number to register it with. So that's another thing to do is, yesterday the 3 places we checked at that I wanted to buy an eSIM and also get a Philippine phone. And like I said earlier, one place I had to explain to them what an eSIM actually was, because the newer iPhones, which in North America now have eSIMs and have abandoned the physical card, that's not the case over here. They're actually manufacturing our models, but they're configured to still take a physical card. So I bought a new phone before I came over, so I had to either buy it at home and have it configured for my current carrier, or buy it over here and have it configured here and then have to configure it for my home internet provider as I'm traveling back. So that was my dilemma. My Canadian carrier is covering the data pretty good over here, and I upgraded my plan, so I got the maximum data that I can get on a package. So I'm good that way, and I've been trying to use Wi-Fi wherever we go, if we're in a restaurant or a hotel or something. So yeah, but so that's the story at this point in time. It's a good experience, and like I said earlier, the ladies have all been nice. I mean, they've always been very nice to me, and it's nice to visit. I'm tentatively going to be here in November for Junabel's birthday. And we're going to go over to one of these days to see 38 Park Avenue in Cebu City, potentially for a residence. They're right beside where the wave towers are being built, and the wave towers, which is kind of the ultimate, and what Junabel would really like to have a condo in, and they're very nice. They're not going to be completed for 5 more years. So if you wanted to have residency here between now and 5 years, you've got to have something else for now. So that's where 38 Park Avenue comes in. They're condos that are modeled after what you'd see in New York City, hence the name 38 Park Avenue. And they're beside where the wave towers are being built in IT Park. So I want to see them as well. Let's see what you have to say here, guys. What's the biggest hurdle you're jumping over so far in Toledo? The biggest hurdle, I would say, is just all the businesses accepting only cash and GCash, and not Visa card or PayPal. So when we were out the other day, of course, we went to 2 different ATMs, and I wanted to get 10,000 pesos, which was the maximum you could take out of a machine at once. And both machines went through the process of punching in the, what you wanted and everything, and then it said cannot process this request, and it was because they didn't have enough money in the machine to give me 10,000 pesos. So the third of the ATMs we're accustomed to in the Western countries for banking machine, except the screen doesn't have the modern graphics. It looks more like an old MS-DOS computer kind of thing, with the font. But it doesn't matter, it still dispensed the money. But then we went to a couple of thrift stores, and a little bit of my money disappeared there. But what we were doing sometimes is, if they wouldn't accept Visa or PayPal, Junabel would use her Gcash, and then I would reimburse her. Through my PayPal, I'd send her from PayPal to her Gcash to reimburse her. So we got by that way a few times up here in the province. Down in Cebu City, it was no problem at all. I could just flip out a Visa card and everybody took it. Another observation, I went to a Burger King in Cebu City, and the wait at the fast food places is a little slower. Fast food is not fast food in the Philippines. It's slow down and wait food. And the hamburger at Burger King tasted different than the hamburger I'm accustomed to back home. So it was some kind of different process or different beef or something. And then also in Ayala Mall, I was walking along, and I stopped at the railing just to look down to see what was below. And a woman came up beside me and struck up a conversation. She said, "How you doing?" "Fine." What are you doing? And I said, "I'm just walking around." She said, "Do you want some company?" And I said, "No, I'm fine, because I was just minding my own business." And she said, "Would you like a friend?" So you know what that was. I said, "No, thanks, I'm fine. I'm just, just doing window shopping, and I'm going to go get something to eat." "Where are you staying?" Well, I said, "I'm staying at different places, because I didn't want to have her on my doorstep, knocking on my door in the middle of the night kind of thing. Later on, I'm walking at a different level. Another woman comes up, same thing, same conversation. And so I thought, oh, this is interesting. They're actually practicing right in the mall. So the day goes by. The end of the day, I walk over to get something to eat. This is when I was staying by myself at the hotel, and I'm walking through the mall, and I had a general idea where I wanted to eat. There was 4 levels above ground, and most of the levels, I think, they all had restaurants at one end. And I was making my way up, and all of a sudden, just they bounced right in front of me, the 2 together, and they said, "2? You want both of us?" And I said, "No, thanks, I'm just going to go eat." So they were persistent. So I was telling Chris, who was our taxi driver, and he says, "Oh yeah, Ayala Mall," he said, "it's known for that." And yet, there wasn't any other evidence of it to me. So I thought, well, geez, these guys in the chat that think that they want to have company when they come over here, they'll have no trouble finding it, because everyone I spoke to was friendly, and these ladies obviously wanted to be more than friendly. So if you're into that kind of thing, you're fine. So after we book out of here, we're going to drop off my stuff at Junabel's place in Dumlog, and then I think we're going to go ATVing in the mountains for today. The choice was to do the mountains or to do swimming, and I think it was going to be swimming with sharks. I'm not sure. So we're going to do the ATV today. So we're going to split some of our time up between province explorations and city explorations. And then there's a new performance center opening July 11th, I think it is, in Cebu. It's huge. It's a huge, big performance center that's going to be hosting concerts and sports events. And it just completed, and it's down on the waterfront in Cebu City, near New Star, and so we're going to go out to there for a concert or an event while I'm here as well. I said, Mom's house, let alone visit. So, yeah, that is true, TaylorMade. It's that kind of situation. There was a guy that used to appear in Junabel's chat, and he used to appear in a chat on another channel that I was moderating for a while back. And he always was making promises about wanting to bring the host over to America. And he was always saying, oh, I'm going to be over there to visit you in the next few weeks, kind of thing. I'm going to be over there, And one night that guy was live streaming, and I went to his channel, and it turned out that he was jobless and he was homeless and he was living on the streets. And I thought, yeah, buddy, you're not going to be in the Philippines anytime soon. Yet to hear him in the chat, you thought, like he was. And the funny thing was that he would use the same lines to Junabel in her chat as he did in this other live streamer's chat, which I'm not going to mention. It's not a Tribulano family member, so I don't want to do that. And what happened was I had been moderating this other channel, and I came over to Junabel's channel when she began, and the guy appeared. He started using the same lines, which I'd observed many times. But what I did is I made a comment. I just made an innocent comment in the chat and said, hey, so-and-so, I just saw you use the same lines in so-and-so's chat. And he says, you're here too, buddy, so that means you're after the same thing. And I said, no, I'm doing a job. I'm moderating the channel. And he said, yeah, right. And it's like, well, don't you understand? This is like a job. Like I'm performing a function. I'm not visiting. So he got into a bit of a huff and wanted to argue about it. So he ended up going to Alpha Centauri, and so we haven't seen him again. So I was just curious, and like I say, he live streamed in subsequent days, and I just visited the live stream momentarily. I didn't chat in the comment, but just to see what it was all about, and it turned out like he was friggin' homeless, and it was all talk. So, no TaylorMade, I'm not. We're friends. We're very good friends, and I like and admire her. But what I was finding was that the two channels were live streaming at the same time, and I would have my widescreen computer's monitor split with the multiple streams, and I was in both at the same time, and I managed it fine, but I just didn't want to do two at the same time. And I had actually been moderating for Junabel considerably longer, and so that when that other streamer that you mentioned at one point decided they weren't going to live stream anymore, they were going to concentrate on content, she graciously allowed me to step back from the channel so that I could devote all my time and concentrate on Junabel's channel, because she understood what Junabel and her family meant to me, and so that was very gracious and very understanding of her. But we have had some communication, but I won't relate what it is because she's a private person, and I respect her privacy. But no, I don't. I'm a paying member of a number of channels, but they're Tribulano family channels, just to give them some ongoing support. But I'm not really appearing in any of the chats anymore, just because from time to time there's been trolls that have tried to make my life uneasy, and I just don't want that frustration, really. I just want to just be a nice guy and have a simple life. And so I've explained to a couple of them that, you'll still have my support, but I won't necessarily be participating in the chat streams, and just to keep my life simple. And they understand. So, and unfortunately, it's both Junabel and the other live streamer that you mentioned, they've said, don't let it bother you. They're just I just started watching again. I just got a call from Leica. It was a chat call, Leica, Belen, and Trisha. She and her longtime boyfriend had a breakup. I'll let you. Oh, yeah, I knew about that TaylorMade. Actually, they were married, and so they actually were married. So now they're going through. Gillet told John that they had to get either a divorce or an annulment. So, but I don't want to speak too much about that because I want to respect their privacy, both their privacy, and this isn't the place for chica, you know. Thank you from America for all your kindness to Junabel and her family. She's very excited to have you. Yeah. Your live is loading. Yeah, it was loading because I had to take a call from Leica. Yeah. Yeah, well, they were married in Thailand, but the marriage was registered in the United States. So because of that, technically they can file for divorce. Yeah. Yeah. From what I understand. I mean, I don't want to, but like I say, I don't want to touch on that topic because that's their matter. You know, I know everyone will want to talk about it as time goes on, but she was always a good friend to me, and I know she was a private person, and so I respect that privacy, you know. So, why was the marriage registered? I don't know. I think it was just the way that John wanted to do it, from what I understand, you know. No, my information is the United States. It was registered there, and it was done by video call. So, but any further information, it's best that you talk to her about it, because one day I was discussing something, and it was in generalities, and there was a common generality to another channel, and someone who was upset because they had been banned from Junabel's channel for acting out appeared in this other channel's chat and said, Brian May says blah, 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 in order to try to incite anger from the host. And what they did was they took a general comment and elaborated a little bit, colored it a little bit, just in order to try to create a little tension between myself and this other live streamer who is a friend. And the live streamer was taken aback for a moment, but they remained composed, and I think they knew that I wouldn't have said it the way it came out. But the person had an axe to grind, and they just wanted to create some trouble. So because of that situation, I have more reason to be more careful about being discreet, in things that I talk about in the live streams, because these people are valued friends of mine, and it's too easy for them to hear something and then be second guessing what part of it is rumor, what is embellished, what is true, or is it true. Life is too short to have these kind of dramas, and even if they know you well enough to know that you wouldn't say or think a certain way, it still puts some kind of suspicion in the back of their mind. And I'm just a nice guy. I'm just trying to help some people and be a nice guy and have some friendships along the way. So I'm not trying to ripple the river or anything. Yeah, some weird stuff goes on in Thailand. Yeah. Yes, you're correct on the things that you say there, TaylorMade. Yeah. Were you an engineer for profession? No, I was a broadcast TV director producer, and I worked on. I originally worked on producing weekend newscasts. I worked in a control room and a switcherboard, and I was the one that changed the cameras and ran the videotapes and things for the newscast. And then I edited, created commercials for a while and promotion spots for TV shows for the same employer. And then I began doing online work, managing the station's website, as well as editing content for the newscasts, and also directing some TV shows that we did. And it was a lifelong career. It was what I always wanted to do when I was still going to school. And circumstances, the stars aligned, and I was able to be hired and never looked back. And it was a very rewarding career. And then before I retired, my wife passed away from a terminal illness, and I worked an extra year after that. And during that time, I began being interested in independent film, and I began investing in some filmmakers and their projects. And from that, it's kind of focused in on female filmmakers that were trying to be up and coming in the industry, who really appreciated the break by having funding to do their projects so they would get noticed in what is sometimes a man's world. And it was very rewarding. Some of the initial films were like documentaries and short films, and then they were more issue-driven films and dramas, and a few motion pictures, couple motion pictures. And on all of these, I would receive, depending on my investment and involvement, it would either be an executive producer or an associate producer credit. So, and a few of them were, they were just made so they could be exhibited at festivals in order to gain awards and for the filmmakers to gain recognition. And a few of them are exhibited in theaters, where there is kind of a profit made. And then I receive a percentage of that. And it was very rewarding. A lot of the filmmakers seemed to come from Great Britain. There was a few Americans, Canadians, one Australian. So, but during the winter, when I began researching about the Philippines number of years ago, and happened into this kind of situation, my, what you would call blessings, was diverted from the independent film production to the Philippines and people in the Philippines. So I haven't been as involved in film the last couple of years. But I haven't lost touch with some of the filmmakers, but I've had to decline from being involved in some of their projects just because, you can only spread the money around so far. Yeah, thank you, but my wife, it was a terminal illness. It was multiple myeloma, which is a bone cancer, and dementia. And that's a bad combination. Multiple myeloma is, from what I'm told, the most painful of the cancers. And literally, she was getting extreme pain, and I took her into emergency. When they x-rayed her, literally every bone in her skeleton was pitted with tiny holes, and that was the cancer eating into her skeleton, into her bone. They gave her roughly 3 months to survive, and 3 months and 1 day later she passed. And when she was admitted into emergency, she never came out of the hospital. She was admitted immediately into their care. And so while I was still working in television, every night when I finished work, I would head straight to the hospital, and I spent the evenings sitting at her bedside. And unfortunately, because the dementia was progressed, she lost the ability to speak and to move. So I don't know if some of the time she didn't know I was there sitting with her or not, but I was there anyways. And so one night after I left the hospital, I got a phone call a few hours later, and she had passed. Are you part Filipino? No, but I've been asked that before. No, I've been asked that. There is a young woman, a sister of a prominent Filipino blogger whom I have given some support to in the past. And one time she gave me what I thought was probably one of the best compliments. She told me that I was the foreigner with a Filipino heart. And knowing what I do know about the Philippines, the people and the culture, I was very taken by that, because that was an incredibly good compliment. You know, it was I said to her, I think my parents would be proud if they understood what that meant, if they were still here. The foreigner with a Filipino heart. So, but no, I've been asked that by a few people, and yeah, you look Filipino, if you don't mind me asking. My forebears originated in Scotland, in England, and a little bit from Ireland. So it's British ancestry, and there was a great grandfather who was the captain of one of the ships that brought the United Empire Loyalists over to North America from England to settle in North America. And so that's the origins. So it's a few generations in Canada, actually. But basically it's British and Scottish and Irish. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully we'll be off. I'm starting to feel tired. You don't really realize it, but I think the humidity over here makes you a little tired, you know. Some people that have come over and visited, they've gotten sick, you know, or they've had bad headaches, or I was told their exposure to the sun here, they've gotten skin rashes. I've had none of that. It's been fine, you know. I've been sleeping well, and I'm not sunburned. I'm maybe a little more tanned, and I haven't drank tap water. It's been bottled water, so that's one thing to look out for. You know, drink lots of water. Yeah, because that's the one thing I noticed, feeling thirsty more, and dry on the palate. So I have to stay hydrated. Oh, another yawn. Excuse me. It's relaxing, you know. It's relaxing. I think it's making you feel relaxed and tired a little bit. But I have my air conditioning, my aircon set just a little moderate, kind of like a 24 or something, just so it's not blatantly, radically different between going from an aircon room outside. Because some places when you go out the door, it hits you like a wall, the humidity. And that's a weird thing, you know. You'll be sitting outside at midnight and it's still hot and humid. Pardon me. Like I say, we went to the mall yesterday, and one of the things we did, both Junabel and I picked up some luggage. Were you shocked to see the guards at the mall entrances with the shotguns? I would have been if I saw it firsthand for the first time, but I've seen it on Junabel's live streams when she's gone into stores, you know, on her live stream, and you see them at the door. But to experience it in person, yeah, the first couple of times that, even though you kind of anticipated, it is a little surprising, you know, it's so prevalent. But when I pass by, I always say, you know, hello to them and whatever, so that you're friendly, and they're always responsive to it. But yeah, that certainly I think would be a reduction consideration in shoplifting for people, and anyone that might act out in the stores, because yeah, they are prevalent at all the entrances and exits. And it's like, holy cow, this would be an employment haven for security guard people, you know, because they're needed everywhere. Someone asked on one of the previous live streams, what was the biggest shock I had when I came over here, and I had to admit that really, other than the chaotic traffic at some of the four-way intersections in Cebu City, there really was nothing that was an incredible shock, or really a shock, because being involved in the live streams where, you know, the host will literally take the phone and go out on the motorbike and go shopping or go to the restaurant or go to the hair salon. You do see a lot of the flavor and a lot of what's going on. So you are prepared for when you come over here. So I guess the only thing would be some of these four-way intersections where there's no lights and everything is crazy. And I experienced a couple of those, and it's like, my God, you know, it's a wonder there isn't more what they call fender benders over here. Some would argue probably the motorcycle riders, they're probably the better skilled drivers because of, you know, they're zipping in and out, and by and large, most of them are not getting hit or struck, so they have to be maneuvering pretty well, you know, have a good sense of distance and timing for their driving, you know. Pardon me. You have a driver, don't get on a motorbike, yeah. There was a fellow by the name of Chris, and Junabel has used him a few times when they've needed to get, say, the people from the tape organization together for their acts of kindness and things like that. She called him. Gosh, he was a nice guy. He could talk to you about anything. He knew his way all over the place in Cebu and wasn't using a GPS most of the time. And he was able to tell me different hotels and places to stay, what was good and what was run down and what was shady, and where the scammers were and where the pickpockets were. And when he was going to drop us off, it's at some place, at some point we've just said, hang with us and, you know, kind of be our driver. And so he came up with a number that an amount we could pay him, and he was ours for the day. So that's what we did. We paid him a flat fee, and he came in with us for when we had our lunch and came in when we had our dinner, and he was very helpful. And so we used him in a few subsequent days, the first few days I was here, and I got his WhatsApp number, and I said, you know, anytime I come to the Philippines, well, Cebu in particular, it has to be the island, I'll call you up and use you. So Junabel said, just give him 2 hours notice, and you're good to go. And so we made a happy camper out of him. So we've been. When I was in Cebu City, we were riding his taxi, daytime and nighttime. And out here in the province, it's been the trike rides, where you just flag him down at the road. I think, and I've had a couple motorbike rides too, riding on the back of motorbikes. So, but no jeepneys yet, no jeepneys. But there's a lot of trikes around, so, you know. And there's some different colored ones. When you drive fast, obstacles come up before you can avoid them. Yeah. Drive within your comfort zone and leave a buffer zone around you. Easy peasy. Back again. You have a driver. Yeah, don't get on more of 30 days. Yeah, people are... you know, they're crossing solid lines to pass people, and even though there's oncoming traffic, and they will just zip in, you know, kind of on the nick of time. So they've got a good sense of timing, and you know, they're good drivers. And you see it everywhere, but up here too. But like I say, the traffic up here, like along this road, it's 30 kilometers the speed limit, which is slow. and everybody kind of drives similar speeds, so you know it's okay. So. Well, I think on that point, geez, if we weren't leaving today, I feel like I need to lay down and have a nap now. This is just too relaxing. So I think we're going to go ATVing this afternoon, and we're going to drop off my stuff at Junabel's place in Dumlog, and then we're going to go ATVing, and we're going to do some touring. Going to do some touring in subsequent days. Yeah, what's up for today? Yeah, you look sleepy. Yeah, take a shot of tequila. Yeah, I need a shot of something, I think. I feel like I'd like a beer, actually. We're going to go ATVing in the mountains this afternoon. So that's the plan. No, not jet ski, ATV. Jet ski will be another day. Jet ski will be another day. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, pardon me. So I'm not sure where our next paid accommodations will be. By the way, the steak that we had at whatchamacallit last night, I think the steak that we had at Cap's Cafe was nicer. Oh, Acapulco. We went to Acapulco for dinner, and hold on a second. There you go. Are you ready to go? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, we're ready to go, guys. So I'm going to end the live stream. So we'll. Have I felt how warm the ocean is? No, I haven't been in the ocean. I've been in the pools. And the pools have been warm. They've been hot water. But once you're in the pool for a while, it just feels normal. Then you come out of the pool, and as your bathing suit sticks to your skin, that area feels a little cool. But you just go back in again. I don't know if Sikihor is still in the cards. We're going to mainly stay in Cebu, I think, this time. That seems to be what our plan kind of was coming up with last night. Just for economics, So anyways, thanks very much, guys, for joining the live. I appreciate it. And double tap to like the live, and consider going to the home page and tapping the bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next one, okay? Are you staying low juror? I think you got typos there. Staying longer. I don't know yet. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, TaylorMade. I appreciate the conversation. Yeah, and take care. Yeah. Okay, see you guys.